Well, good evening, everyone, and welcome to another episode of the Friday Night Blitz Postgame Show. Ray Halbrook here from live stream STL Media. Hope everybody's having a great evening here. Lots of fun tonight here. Lots of great games going on here, and we already have all of our games that are finals here in the Jefferson County region and South St. Louis as well. So we're waiting for some coaches to jump on the call here. But we're going to go ahead and jump in here with our Week 6 results, and they look like this as follows. Northwest 49, not 48, 49-20 over Fox. We'll get that fixed up for our Upon Further Review show Monday at 6 p.m., so we'll make sure we get that right. That was our live stream STL game of the week there. Our live stream STL 2 game of the week, 41-12, Hillsboro takes care of Windsor. No live stream STL 3 game this week. We hope to have one next week as well, so stick to your Facebook posts here on Sunday or Monday with our schedule here. Grandview 36, Herculaneum 26. That would sound like a shootout there. St. Pius X 70. That's not a typo. 7-0 over Cuba, 70-0. Festus 46, North County 21. Pattonville 40, Seckman 27. DeSoto 36, Fredericktown 7, Perryville 35, Jefferson nothing. We have a forfeit between St. Vincent and Bayless. That was 13-0. Eureka 28, Rockwood Summit 7, and we also have another forfeit. These are becoming to be too common here, but Crystal City got the forfeit win 13-0 over Roosevelt, and boy, oh boy, do we have some good games there, and we're waiting some coaches to pop on the line here to get some interviews as well. But thank you for joining us tonight here. Ray Halbrook with live stream STL. Had a lot of fun tonight. We were over at Northwest High School as Fox came into town there, and Northwest put it on them. It's been a long time since we've seen a Northwest win over Fox. So talk to and I'll give a big shout out to Ryan Stark over at Stark Roofing. Their offices are right across the street from the high school there. They did an amazing job today with some of their tailgating and things like that. And so lots of fun over there at Northwest, and a big win there for the Northwest Lions as well. Scott Gerling is jumping on the line. I'm going to give him a second to kind of get himself together here. But Coach Scott Gerling from the Northwest Lions will be with us in just a second here. Big win there for the Northwest Lions as Cohen Stark does Cohen Stark things, and lots of fun and lots of points put on the board here as our live stream STL game of the week did not disappoint. Especially if you were a Northwest fan. And again, I'm going to get my Week 6 results in front of me as we get together here, and I'm going to have Coach Scott Gerling jump on the board with us here real quick. Coach, my friend, how you doing there, my friend?
It's a good night in Cedar Hill. I'm not going to lie.
Yeah, I can imagine. We were there for the first. I was there for the first half, then had to come back over here to the office. But man, oh man, what a game for you guys, and big win there for the Northwest Lions as they win 49-20 over Fox, and lots of fun going on over there. Lots of wins this season, and take us through what you thought about the game.
Well, started it early in the week on Monday, and we really challenged our guys to, not really pay attention to the records, not pay attention to this, and like we talked about the other day with you, they've played a really brutal schedule up to this point. Had a lot of really close games, so we had nothing but respect, and still have nothing but respect for Fox and their program. We were just able to play a really complete ball game on offense. Our defense really stepped up, which was part of what we really challenged was to stop the run really make do something that they weren't not comfortable and didn't really want to do. And our kids in the up front on the defensive line and our linebackers flew around all night, really stymied or really kept their running game for the most part down. They broke off a run here or there, and they were able to score a couple points, but we were able to do some different things on offense. I think to keep them off balance, we were able to get short fields. They risks in the kicking game, and we were able to take advantage of all that. So it was a really good, complete win with defense stepping up and our special teams making plays, and the offense was put up some points, but we had a short field, so that's a good thing.
And a big night for Cohen Stark, too. Was able to air the ball out quite a bit, and lots of great things happening there for the Lions. As we were over next door. I don't know if you caught that before I jumped over to you here, but we were able to jump over there for the Stark tailgating next door, and so lots of fun over there. Lots of great food and fellowship and things like that. But Cohen just continues to impress each week, and I know coaches don't like to single out, but I've talked a lot to Ryan, his dad, about his abilities. You've got him for another year here, Coach. Man, what are you going to do with yourself, right?
Oh, we're going to keep working.
That's right. That's right. That's right. Excellent.
Things, and he's getting better. As you mentioned, he's really becoming a dual threat type of kid. Continues to improve, his decision making continues to improve, and as we continue to improve around, that we've got to keep.
Excellent. Well, Coach, enjoy the win. Get over to to get into your coaches meeting. I'm sure of that, and things like that. Who you guys got next week?
We have Wood West on Thursday.
Okay, there you go. Well, good luck to you, and we will see you down the road here.
I appreciate it, and thank you.
Appreciate it there. Scott Gerling, our coach from Northwest High School, and we bring things back here real quick here. Thanks again, Scott. We've got things going on in the background here. We've got producers coming in, dropping off equipment. We've got lots of things going on here at the studio, and man, it's so nice to have the studio here. But I knew I was going to get a message back in here from Coach Bear. He sent in his final score there, but Coach Nick Bear. Tough one tonight here as Pattonville gets the best of you, 40-27. Take us through that game there, Coach.
Yeah, tough game against a good football team, and we knew going in this week, when you play a team like Pattonville, you have to limit the big plays, and we just could not do that early on. Number 8, leading receiver in the St. Louis area, he got us for a couple big ones, and when you're giving up big plays early and the offense isn't clicking early, games can get out ahead of you. And, it was 20-6. Had a good chance to stop them right before half, and they score as time expires. So now you're going down to the locker room. And we just really continue to battle all night. Got an onside, second half. We come out offensively, execute a little bit better, get back to kind of what we do. And, 40-27, just a little bit too late.
Yeah, taking a look into that, and we saw that particular game on the schedule, and we knew that might be kind of a tough one there. But, give us some positives that happened. You guys have had a couple of ups and down games here and there, stub your toe here and there, but you find ways to basically just bounce back and play an amazing game the next week. But give us a couple of positives from tonight's game.
Yeah, we knew Pattonville, we beat them the last 3 years, but they're a very quality program, blue blood program in St. Louis County, and we knew that they were going to be hungry. We just didn't have the week of preparation that we needed to do it, and that kind of goes to myself and the coaches, and how can we get these guys motivated and ready to go. We got the back half slate on our conference schedule, with 3 games to go there, and, what type of team are we going to be when the playoffs start, and that's really what our main focus now, and what type of game we're going to play in 5 weeks.
Excellent. Who do you guys got next week?
We play Parkway South next week, so
That at home or away?
we'll be at Parkway South.
Okay.
So.
All right. Well, it's a chance. It's time to get back to your winning ways right there. And Parkway South, I know that they've had a kind of a struggling program the last couple of years here, but I know that you guys are a good bounce back team.
Kind of really what we're going to be hammering. We're not worried about the team on our schedule. We got to be worried about the team in the blue helmets, and how to get to a higher level of execution early on in games, both offensively and defensively, and really look inward to how we're preparing throughout the week, and then how we go out and execute on Friday nights.
Coach, thanks so much for calling in and chiming in each week. We appreciate it.
Yep, thanks, Ray.
Coach Nick Bayer from the Seckman Jaguars. As we go back, we're going to check out our Week 6 results one more time. If you just joined us here real quick, let me get myself out of the way here. Here we go. Northwest 49, not 48, but 49-20 over Fox. Hillsboro 41-12 over Windsor. Grandview 36, Herculaneum 26. St. Pius X 70, Cuba nothing. Festus 46, North County 21. Pattonville 40-27 over Seckman. DeSoto 36-7 over Fredericktown. Perryville 35-0 over Jefferson. St. Vincent got a forfeit win 13-0 over Bayless. Eureka 28-7 over Rockwood Summit, and Crystal City gets the forfeit win over Roosevelt as well. And let me tell you, we've seen a lot of these forfeits here and there, and that to me is a little concerning. And, I'm not quite sure exactly what the answer is. We've seen a ton of organizations, ton of programs that have. They know that they've got to get to that next level, but sometimes you got to make sure you get to that first level and just have some consistency with your programs. And that has really been a concern over the last couple of years, especially. I don't think we can blame that on COVID. I don't think we can blame that on a ton of other things that, were kind of out of our hands. But I think it's something that, it's preached in that culture. We've seen a lot of great programs. I'll just use Coach Nick Bayer just now. I was actually talking with some folks over at Northwest about the program in the last couple of years and the last couple of seasons here, just seeing that particular team find ways to build that culture and build a winning football program. And it takes commitment, and it takes a buy-in, and it takes a lot of things that are positive and a lot of things that are put in place on intentional and on purpose. And the unfortunate part about some of that is injuries. Some of that can be just the work ethic and things like that. And sometimes it's just hard. It's hard to preach that, hey, hard work pays off in the end, and sometimes it doesn't resonate for for a little while. But I know I'm probably getting to preaching on that, but as a former coach in a ton of different sports, that is what it takes. It takes that buy-in. It takes a lot of just being able to believe in your team and to believe in your players and all that's wrapped up into that. So, we hope that that can be turned around, and that there's some things that, being able to take a look into some of these organizations that are doing it well and are finding success, be able to tap into friends and family members and players and parents and et cetera, et cetera. So, those are the key things here. I know, you take a look at a school like Crystal City. I'm sitting here, they got their second win today, but it was because of a forfeit, and I don't think they want to win that way. And that's obviously, not the way you want to do it the right way. But anyway, as far as these forfeits are going, I mean, we've got to find ways to be able to rectify and remedy this. So, again, let's go into our Week 6 results here. We're waiting on a few coaches here. Northwest 49-20 over Fox. Hillsboro 41-12 over Windsor. Grandview 36-26 over Herculaneum. St. Pius X 70. Cuba nothing. Festus 46-21 over North County. Pattonville 40-27 over Sackman. DeSoto 36-7 over Fredericktown. Perryville 35, Jefferson nothing. St. Vincent 13-0 over Bayless via the forfeit. Eureka 28-7 over Rockwood Summit, and Crystal City 13-0 over Roosevelt. Also by that forfeit. And don't forget, we have, upon further review, that will be airing this Monday. Yeah, so Monday 6 p.m. we'll have that in its entirety. And we are we'll probably put that together here. Matt Bates was just in here for just a few minutes to drop off some equipment here. Thank you, Matt. I didn't even get a chance to say hi or bye to him. He was in and he was out. So lots of fun here going on in the studio. Again, real quick, just wanted to maybe give a little shout out to some of our fans as well. And I can call in if you want. I'm not doing video on the back roads. Okay, we can do that there. Let's do that. I'm going to get blame boss. I'm calling him right now. I'm calling you Coach Boss right now. Here it is.
Hey, Ray.
Hey, sometimes you just got to do it this way, and it's not the best way all the time, but hey, I'd much rather you be able to keep your focus on the road as you're driving home tonight, Coach. But
yeah,
36-26 loss to Grandview. Tell us a little bit about the game.
Yeah, it was definitely not our night. We were not. Didn't seem like we were there very, very focused tonight. Mentally, I think we might have had the most penalties we've had all year, potentially combined, but I can't tell you exactly how many we had, but we had over 6 penalties, some in crucial spots. That's just not us. And, I think really the name of the game kind of came down to depth. Depth was really, I think, our biggest issue tonight. We finally, I think it finally caught up with us. We've had some guys banged up and some guys not able to play, so one of those that I think some guys got a little tired, and how that goes. When guys get tired, the mind kind of goes. And, I think that was one of the biggest reasons for some of those penalties. But again, our kids they played tough. We had some. They'll never quit. I know that much, and it's just unfortunately put ourselves in some bad spots early on. We had a first defensive stand. We looked great, came out, kind of stuffed them, and we came out on offense. They kind of did the same, kind of stuffed us. And, went to punt. We snapped it over punter's head, and they scooped and scored, I think, from the 2-yard line. So that kind of set the tone from there. They got the 7-0 lead, and they scored on another big 3rd and 9, I think it was, on a pass, a little slant, we kind of prepared for all week, and just unfortunately didn't do a very good job executing. They got a big game there to put them up, and we just couldn't dig out of the hole. We kept battling, fight till the end, but just a little too late for us to make a comeback.
Coach, what does it take right now to kind of turn this week around, and be able to focus next week on the task at hand, and be able to say okay, we've had this setback, but to me, I feel like you guys have had a pretty stout organization this season, and it's been definitely seen by a lot of other teams. I mean, they've said, these Black Hats, man, it's a different team. And what does it take this week now to going into this next week? And who do you guys got next week, by the way?
Oh, we got Bayless next week.
Okay.
At Bayless.
So at Bayless, yeah. What does it take to turn that around?
Yeah, I mean, it just kind of starts with look at our wounds this weekend, getting healthy. Really, I think it's a big one. I think looking at it, we should have potentially a couple guys coming back, which will really help our depth on both sides of the ball. Tonight our D line, we had nobody to sub in, unfortunately. It's one of those spots we had to move a couple guys, like our outside backer D line and our cornerback outside backer. But I think that'll be the biggest key for us this week is to hopefully get a little more healthy, get some of those guys that are second team or whoever backing up and get some rotation going on the D line. I think that really will be key for us. And then just kind of refocus. And, I think that's the biggest thing in practice. That's really the things that I think we need to work on this week for sure. Because we still have a solid team. We got a good group of kids that play hard, play for each other, and that's the good thing. So when you have that, I like to think you have a chance every Friday night. So hopefully we can just get healthy and continue to get better at practice this next week and be ready to go next week for Bayless.
Right. So do you feel like, obviously last season you guys dealt with a ton of injuries right off the bat from week one, and it just set the tone. Basically the rest of the season, it was just a nagging thing, and you guys had to really do some persevering. Do you feel like this is a different situation this particular season?
No, since I've been in Herky, it's always kind of, it's a situation we always deal with. We usually have, we usually start around 40 kids, sometimes 45, and, we usually have weeds a couple out, but when the Maryland makes the row, that's kind of what you see. I think we usually get down to about 35, once you get a couple games in. So you try not to play freshmen and sophomores, and obviously if sophomores ready to play, we get them in, but it's just one of those things. We hope to get more kids out each year just to help that, but it's a tough sport. So
yeah, I get it.
Do what we can to keep kids out, keep them interested, and I don't know. I don't know the answer on that, but we're going to keep trying to find ways to keep kids out. Maybe get some new ones to help us out with depth.
It's Nick's man up, right? And you hope there's somebody there to just stick in there and it works, right?
Yeah, and
get it.
I kind of really didn't answer your question before.
That's okay.
But we last year I think our mindset it was the same situation. Yeah, we had some guys banked up, but at the same time, like you just said, next man up. I think we've just done a better job with that this year. I think we just are a little more mentally right there. I think we just play a little harder for each other. I think is the biggest thing I've noticed. These kids just really love the sport and love playing for each other, and that's probably the biggest difference that I've noticed from this year compared to last.
Excellent. Well, Coach, good luck to you next week, and right that ship, and so you can ring that bell again.
Sounds good. I appreciate that, Rick.
Coach Blaine Boss here from the Herculean Black Cats. We appreciate him calling in on the road, and his counterpart here is on the line as well. Here, Corey Hanger. Corey, my friend, how you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. How are you?
You are definitely, cherishing the win here, the 36-26 win over the Herculean Black Cats, and I'm trying to pull you in here real quick. You're kind of dark where you're at, but we've got the magic that is the internet here. So, Coach, real quick, you're getting used to this, aren't you, Corey?
No, yeah.
It's
the reason why I'm in my truck. I can't do this at Grandview because if I'm at Grandview, the internet's not going to work. So
yeah, I gotcha. We were telling. I was actually trying to get updates from Coach Dan Fox over at Herky, and he was saying the same thing. He's just like, internet's kind of spotty out here. I was like, okay, well, we're trying to do what we could do, but big win for the Grandview Eagles, and tell us a little bit about it.
I mean, I'll tell you, I'm gonna give some props to Herky. I mean, they are an extremely physical team, and Coach Boz has done he's done a great job getting those guys ready this year. So we knew going in this week that we had to be ready to match their physicality, match the energy that they played with. And I think our guys just did a wonderful job out the gate, matching what they do. We had a big play there. We had a 3-and-out, punt it down, get a 3-and-out, it up and scored. And I think it helped set the tone for the rest of the game. A lot of momentum going in. It was homecoming. We probably one of the biggest Grandview since I've been here. And great job building off the energy that we had with the home.
Let's talk about that home field advantage, man. That home cooking's something else, isn't it?
Oh yeah, it is.
There you go. And it's really funny because, like, this small school division here, this Quad County Conference, whoever come up with that idea, yeah, right, the Quad County Conference. Okay, but this is anybody's game at this point now because, Herky got a great win, gets a great win over St. Vincent, but then loses to you guys, and then all of a sudden, Jefferson they lost tonight here to Perryville, and played another tough one with Herky. And you guys still got them. Coming up here.
Yep.
We'll have that game for you next week, and that is the game you guys got next week, right? You're
Yes.
Jefferson. Yeah,
Yes.
That's what I thought I remember that. So like I said, this particular Quad County Conference is just kind of up for grabs for whoever wants it.
Yep. And that's what we've told our guys, man. If we prepare every single week, if we do a great job in preparation, and come every day to practice with great attitude and next play mindset, right, and treating every play like it's the most important play of the day.
Yeah.
We tell these guys that if they have that mindset with every single day, man, we can get after every team we have on our schedule. And I think our guys are doing a great job kind of buying into that mindset of like, hey, we got to take every single day serious, and we got to take every rep we do serious. So I think if our guys can really just keep accomplishing that as we're going forward, and we have an excellent opportunity to be pretty successful this year.
Excellent. Give me a couple of players tonight that were standouts for you.
We finally we finally felt we were in a comfortable spot with Isaac Walker running the ball again. We felt like he was getting more healthy to the point where we could start pounding the rock a little bit more to him, and he did an awesome job today. And I tell you what, I've never had a running back that can turn 3-4 yard plays into 10, 15, 20 yard plays like him. And he did a great job, and we fed him. He had a great, huge freaking play in the I think it was third quarter. In the third quarter, we were up by 2 at the time. He freaking running through guys, carrying guys through, and he scores like a 30-yard touchdown that puts us up by 8. Aaron Smith puts the extra point through and makes it 2-point possession game, giving us a huge energy boost. So Isaac Walker played a heck of a game at running back. Brendan, our quarterback, just doing a great job being a game manager, being a leader out there on the field. He had a huge pick this game too on defense, so he's starting to do it on both sides. Cameron Brooks had a huge touchdown there towards the end of the half when we felt like we had a pretty good one-on-one backside slant. He catches it, makes a move, scores a 53-yard touchdown. So, I think the great thing about our offense right now, and even our defense, is we're seeing kind of guys all over the place be making plays, and we're not relying on one person, which I think we kind of got us into a rut at times last year where we were relying on one or two people. This year we're just doing a great job of guys just stepping up everywhere and being the go-to guy.
Yeah. Do you think right now your Grandview Eagles team here, they're starting to find their identity?
Yeah, I think we are, and I think we're playing confident, right? We are, physical football. We're flying around on defense. We're even when we're making mistakes, we got guys flying around and getting 11 hats to the ball. On offense, give Wyatt Kime a huge freaking shout out this week. On the stat sheet, you're not going to see it, but man, he was getting after it as a running back blocking. He had some amazing blocks. So think across the board, we're just setting the tone as far as, what kind of football we want to play every day.
Excellent. Well, we know we got you next week with Jefferson. That's their homecoming. So we've had 3 weeks of homecomings in a row here, and glad that we were able to cover a ton of them. We were hoping to get out there to your game this week, and unfortunately, I'm just short-staffed, so we apologize for not being able to make it.
No.
We wanted to be out there for that particular game because we knew it was going to be a close one.
Yeah, no worries. I appreciate you guys giving us some coverage.
Appreciate you. So we will see you next week there, Corey.
Thank you.
All right, Corey Hanger from the Grandview Eagles here as we get back to our schedule, our Week 6 results one last time, and we'll check it out and keep our the line open here for maybe a couple coaches here at the end here. But again, our schedule looks like this. The finals were as follows, and it's too small on my screen here, so I'm going to have to pull it up here on my phone. A little bit bigger there. There we go. Northwest 49, not 48, but 49-20 over Fox. Hillsboro 41-12 over Windsor. Grandview 36-26 over Herculaneum. St. Pius X 70. That is no typo. 70-0 over Cuba. Festus 46-21 over North County. Pattonville 40-27 over Seckman. DeSoto 36, Fredericktown 7. Perryville 35, Jefferson 0. St. Vincent 13-0 over Bayless via the forfeit. Eureka 28-7 win over Rockwood Summit, and Crystal City 13, Roosevelt nothing by the forfeit as well. Well, it doesn't look like we are going to have any more coaches on tonight. And again, we're just going to keep that up there for just a quick second here. Again, don't forget we have upon further review Monday, 6 p.m. We will also have more Friday Night Blitz next week. Our Friday Night Blitz looks like this. It looks like that live stream STL will be at Hillsboro again, the DeSoto Hillsboro game. That'll probably be our main game. The live stream STL 2 game will probably be the Grandview Jefferson game, and we're just going to keep a question mark for the live stream STL 3 game. I got to find out who do I have working next week. So we run our teams ragged, and we get a lot of we try to get a lot of work in each week. But if you haven't checked out, you need to do so. Check out our livestream STL.TV website right now. If you're not on it, checking it out, you should be checking it out because we have all of our games from past weeks, and you can go into our archives. You might be able to pull something up from as far back as the spring of last season, if I remember. No, 2 seasons ago. The spring of 2 seasons ago. We'll have everything on our website. And if you haven't checked out Roku, we're on TV as well. So just download the Livestream STL app, search Livestream STL. In the Roku search bar, you'll be able to pull it up and download that and get the exact same coverage and the exact same games. And we have a 24/7 channel as well, 2 of them. One for our blue channel, which is Livestream STL, and orange for Livestream STL or Livestream STL 2. We've changed that kind of around, and we would kind of like it. So we're going to wrap it up here. 10:35. We usually go to about 10:45, but we'll wrap it up early. No coaches jumping in here real quick. Probably got quite a few of them on the road trying to get home, and I don't blame them. We want them to get home as safe and sound as possible. So we'll wrap things up here. Thank you again for being a part of Friday Night Blitz post-game show here on Livestream STL. Check out our schedule, which will come out Sunday or Monday on Facebook. So check that out, and we normally kind of pin that to the top each week. So for Ray Halbrook and all of us here at Livestream STL, thanks again for watching Friday Night Blitz post-game show on Livestream STL. We'll see you down the road. Thanks for watching today's broadcast. Any unauthorized use of this broadcast without the express written consent of Livestream STL is strictly prohibited.